This video takes you through over 1,000 years of storytelling. The story began when a massive nuclear war, which led to the destruction of the planet. Nuclear radiation flooded the atmosphere. There was a military museum at the North Pole, survived by chance. With the military's powerful artificial intelligence, they came to the conclusion that the progress of human civilization can only lead to the extinction of human beings and the destruction of nature. To find surviving humans from all over the world, whenever they find someone trying to lead the world back to technology, they would be wiped out. This museum is known as the Temple in Human Civilization. The robots he sent are temple messengers. Gojutsu is the strongest of the temple messengers. Although he's driven by the temple, but he has a certain degree of intelligence. Dr. Yi Qingmei, a female engineering doctor, took away the martial arts pearl. He escaped to the human world. Yi Qingmei gave Bitter Hop a book of secrets and created the world's first grandmaster. At that time, there were 3 countries in the continent. The Southern Qing dynasty was militarily powerful, while Northern Qi was advanced in cultural endeavors. Dongyi City is a free country with no city walls. Yi Qingmei is committed to advancing technology and democracy, so she first chose to do business in Dongyi City. During that time, he met the 4 old swords. So there was a second great master in the world. Suguru Sword was the only grandmaster who had a wide range of disciples. It further consolidated the neutral position of Dong Yichun. Yi Qingmei realized no matter how advanced commerce is, it can't change the world. So he took the 5 chefs and left Dongyi City. He traveled around the world. 4 young men with a heart for the world met in Danzhou. One was the unpopular prince of Nanjing, later known as Emperor Qing. One of them was Qin Wucheng, the prince's bodyguard. Then Yi Qingmei changed his name to Chen Pingping. Qingmei gave Emperor Qing the secret of the Baidao technique. This secret book requires a broken meridian in order to be fully accomplished. Later, Emperor Qing's meridians were broken during the Eastern Campaign. Chen Pingping tried to save Emperor Qing. Both legs were seriously injured and disabled. From then on, he had to use a wheelchair to get around. But Emperor Qing was able to make a breakthrough. He became the 3rd great master in the world. Yi Qingmei wanted to use Qingdi to realize her ambition, to help him become the emperor. Qingdi realized that Yi Qingmei's methods were too magical. With a thunderbolt, 100 meters away from each other, people were killed instantly. He was deeply afraid of Qingmei, but they have the same goal at hand, to make Qing the most powerful country in the world. When Yi Qingmei entered the capital, Yi Luyuan had a fight with Wu Zhu. He had a chance to break through. He became the 4th grandmaster in the world. Afterwards, Qingmei set up the inner treasury. With the absolute wealth of the inner treasury, she supported Emperor Qing's rise to the throne. Then he created a spy organization, the Supervisory Board. Chen Pingping was the head of the organization. On the surface, it monitors all officials and the enemy's activities. But the emperor's power was also under scrutiny. Yi Qingmei's reforms in the country. The Empress Dowager and the Empress are afraid of the nobles. They wanted to get rid of her as soon as possible. So in order to protect herself, she allowed Emperor Qing to get pregnant with Fan Xian. Yi Qingmei's presence has led to an exodus of advanced technology, so the team to kill Yi Qingmei was formed. Emperor Qing communicated with the temple. He asked them to send an envoy to transfer the Wu Zhu out of Kyoto. At the same time, Emperor Qing started a war against Northern Qi. Chen Pingping left the capital as the head of the supervisory yuan to the front line. Yi Qingmei was already in a situation of certain death, although Wu Zhu and Chen Pingping tried their best to come back. But Qingmei was killed by the Empress's gang. Only Fan Xian was left behind. Wu Zhu took him to Danzhou. He gave him to the emperor's nanny. That is, Fan General's mother took care of him. The first thing Emperor Qing did when he returned to Kyoto was to avenge Yi Qingmei's death. He washed away the old power represented by the Empress's family. The Qin family, the military family of China, although they were also involved in the killing of Yi Qingmei, they were not exposed. Chen Pingping and the guilty suspect Qingdi and each other in the murder of Yi Qingmei, so each of them became suspicious of the other. They were suspicious and wary of each other. He ordered Princess Li Yunsui to control the royal underwear and set up an intelligence organization loyal only to the royal family. Chen Pingping took in Shadow, the brother and enemy of the 4 parts. She took in Jin, an enemy of the Qin family, into the prosecutor's office. Fan Jian was entrusted by the emperor to organize and train the royal guards. Chen Pingping and Fan Jian have been building up their power for the past 10 years. They tried to avenge Yi Qingmei's death. Fan Xian grew up in Danzhou. He learned the art of healing from Fei Xie. He also learned free sparring with Wu Zhu. He also practiced his Taoist True Qi. When he was 12, he was assassinated. Chen Pingping was outraged and ordered the 4 organizers involved in the incident. In the spring of the 4th year of the Qing calendar, Tang Zijing traveled to Danzhou to fetch Fan Xian back to Kyoto. Lingwan heir, the illegitimate daughter of the prime minister and the princess. After the marriage, she would be able to inherit the panties as a matter of course. He was reluctant to give up his underwear. When Fan Xian entered the capital, he arranged a series of assassination plans. But Fan Xian avoided them all. The princess loved Emperor Qing, but Emperor Qing loved Yi Qingmei. Li Yunrui pretended to support the crown prince because he had an incestuous love affair with the crown prince. That's right. Because the princess is a lunatic, Fan Xian went to the palace of supervision to see Fei Jing. But he meets Wang Qinian, the strongest supporting character in the past 7 years. After that, the princess arranged for Zhuang Mohan to accuse Fan Xian of plagiarism. Fan Xian used his strength to defeat Zhuang Mohan. He won a reputation for his prowess. Afterward, he learned that he's been imprisoned by Qin Pingping in Qin. In order to free Xiaoyan, the princess betrayed her spies in northern Qi. Emperor Qing was furious and sent the princess back to her fiefdom. Fan opened the box left behind by Yi Qingmei. He found a sniper rifle and birth control pills because of Fan Xian's outstanding performance in Kyoto. Emperor Qing loved and trusted this illegitimate son. Fan Jian and Chen Pingping also hoped Yi Qingmei's underwear company could be controlled by his son. Fan Xian then consummated his marriage with Linger to northern Qi to retrieve the arrested Yin Bingyun. Before leaving, Fan Xian took care of a few family matters arranged for his sister, who didn't want to marry Li Hongqing. Fan Ruoro went to northern Qi to study medicine. His younger brother, Fan Xizha, who used to run a brothel. All the weaknesses of the Fan family in the capital have been transferred. He took the position of inspector. Wang Qinian, an outstanding comedian, to form the Qiming team. It was a team completely loyal to him. Fan Xian successfully completed his mission to northern Qi. He learned from Xian about Yi Qingmei's origins and the location of the temple. He fought with the northern Qi empress. After that, Chen Pingping knew Fan Xian was capable of defending himself. So he sent Shadow and other assassins to assassinate Emperor Qing. To gain the emperor's trust, the Shadow stabbed him. Thanks to Fan Ruoro's surgical intervention, in fact, 5 bamboos trained him to play with sniper rifles. Although Fan Xian survived, he lost his martial arts skills. Emperor Qing was touched when he saw Fan sacrifice his life to save his own. Not only did he clarify his relationship with Fan Xian, he even asked him to take over the panties, because the 3rd prince ran a brothel with Fan Xian. So Emperor Qing made Fan Xian his teacher. When Fan Xian traveled to Jiangnan to take over panties, he took him with him. He easily took care of the downtown panty hanger. He also set up a money bank in Jiangnan. Through financial means, he'll be able to control the economy of Jiangnan and even the kingdom of Qing. Then came the climax of the book, the Battle of Dadong Mountain, Emperor Qing's divine maneuver. He killed 3 great masters. He used himself as bait. He went out of the palace to pay homage to the temple at Dadong Mountain. Emperor Qing is on a tour of northern Qi and eastern Yi. The crown prince, the 2nd prince, and the eldest princess think this is the perfect opportunity to get rid of Emperor Qing. According to their plan, Emperor Qing would certainly die. But Emperor Qing forced Fan Xian into the game. He made him responsible for the safety of the trip. So not only did the 4 great masters gather at Dadong Mountain, Sigu's sword killed 100 tiger guards with a single stroke of his sword. Emperor Qing ordered Xiang Xian to return to the capital with an order to stabilize the situation. Before he left, he begged Wu Zhu to save Emperor Qing's life. Then Fan Xian jumped off a cliff to escape. He wanted to use Fan Xian's life so that Wu Zhu wouldn't be able to stay out of it. He guessed that the Wu Zhu were healing at Dadong Mountain. It's the best place for Wu Zhu to heal. He wanted to use this opportunity to become a grandmaster. Emperor Qing revealed his identity as a grandmaster. Yi Luyun attacked the 4 Gu swords. Then Wang Dao blew away half of Sigu Jian's body with 1 punch. Gu He and Sigu Jian escaped with their last breath. The battle at Dadong Mountain ended in a complete victory. Fan Xian was on his way back to the capital. Fan Xian used a sniper rifle to kill Yin Xiaoyan, who was chasing him. The princess and the others thought Emperor Qing was dead. They rebelled as planned. Fan Xian and the 1st prince defended the capital to the death. They waited until all the fish were out of the water. The news that Emperor Qing was alive reached the capital. The rebels fell apart. The princess, the crown prince, the 2nd prince, the Qin family, and others lived and died. Fan Xian poisoned the Empress Dowager in the chaos. He avenged Yi Qingmei's death. Emperor Qing suspected that Chen Pingping had turned against the government. He made Fan Xian the head of the procuratorate. In fact, it was the emperor's way of letting Chen Pingping live. He let Chen Pingping live to avoid implicating Fan Xian. At this time, News of Sigu Sword's imminent death has spread. Dongyi City's neutrality may be in jeopardy. Emperor Qing asked Fan Xian to go to Dongyi City to find out what was going on. So far, Fan Xian had more than 10 ninth grade masters by his side. The team's force value has reached its peak. Dongyi City belongs to Nanqing in name, but in reality, it became Fan Xian's private property. Fan Xian entrusted Dongyi City to the Grand Prince. The prince's mother was the witch of Dongyi City. After becoming disillusioned with Emperor Qing's ruthlessness, he decided to work with Fan Xian. So the first prince stationed his troops in Dongyi. Fan Xian returned to Kyoto to take up his post. He rebuilt an inner sanctum outside of Qing, so that Chen Pingping could live out his old age in peace. However, when Emperor Qing learned of Chen Pingping's actions, he was furious, and couldn't understand that old dog Chen Pingping. He betrayed himself for a woman, betraying him, the strongest man in the world. Chen Pingping was very open about his betrayal. He seriously wounded Emperor Qing. Emperor Qing was furious, and put him to death. He was humiliated to the core. When Fan Xian arrived, Chen Pingping was breathing his last. Before he died, he asked Fan Xian, what was in the box Yi Qingmei left behind? The old man smiled proudly. From afar, his brother squinted. He saw Fan Xian wailing in the torture chamber. He underestimated Fan Xian's feelings for Chen Pingping and Yi Qingmei. Emperor Qing was still suspicious of Fan Xian. Finally, Fan Xian's title was revoked. In order to crush Fan Xian, so Fan Xian killed a court official in the street. He led a group of masters to beat up Emperor Qing. Luckily, Fan Ruoruo stayed in hiding. Fan Xian realized that only a great master can fight a great master. Wu Chu remembered his past. He fought with Emperor Qing in the final battle. In the end, Emperor Qing was pierced by the laser light that covered his eyes. The end of the story. Fan Xian and his daughter Fan Xiaohua faced the sea.